Welcome back to Studio 122. I'm your host, Kaylin Barbie. Today we're sitting around with some people from Student Services, and right now we have John Mark Jones from the International Student Services Office. So first of all, what is your title in the International Student Services Office? That's a long name.
Yeah, that is a long name. Yeah, we call ISSO, so make it short, make it easy.
Awesome.
So I am the director of the International Student Services Office, so that's my official title.
Okay, and what is the ISSO?
Our office, we issue the immigration documents, do immigration advising for all of the international students that come here on campus. We provide an orientation for them, help them navigate through the visa process. While they're studying here, we help make sure that they're following the rules of their particular visa status, advise them on different things. We do a lot of advising. Sometimes it may be academic advising, maybe personal advising related to their visa status. So we do a lot of different things. Plus we do a lot of programs and events on campus as well. So,
do a lot of campuses have International Student Services Office? Does every campus have one?
Well, not every campus. It just depends on how many students that are at that campus that are international students. Like some of our other system schools may just have some international advisors in another office, so they don't have an official international office.
So how many international students do we have?
We have roughly,
we're
we're right around probably 680 this
Wow.
semester. So, and that's that's international students that work through my office. As far as overall students, I would have to kind of guess maybe about 800, 900. So we're down a little bit from what we've been in the past semesters, but we still have a very significant enrollment of international students. So.
And does their home locations, are there a lot? Or do they range from?
Usually it's over 50 different countries represented.
Really?
The largest population we have is going to be from South Korea, and then India is our second largest, and then Saudi Arabia after that, and then Nepal, China, Thailand, Nigeria are some of our other larger populations as well.
So once an international student makes it to Texas, what kind of problems are they usually seeing just acclimating?
Well, I mean, the first one obviously is the language difference. Some of them may have studied English in their own home country. All of them are required to show some kind of proficiency, but I mean, it's just like us going to a different country. We can say we speak the language, but once you're there, people talk with accents and different things. So that's one problem. Other issues is homesickness. I mean, just being in a different country. Some of them are here for a year, two. You know, I've had friends that have been in the U.S. for 6, 8 years before they ever got to go home, and just missing family, adjusting to the new culture, the new education system. Sometimes finances are a big problem as well, because they pay the out-of-country rate, and it's a lot more than maybe what a student here in Texas would pay. So there's just a lot of different issues that they face.
And what kind of services do y'all provide to help them overcome these issues?
Well, we one program that we've started a few semesters ago, and there's actually some students that help me run this program. It's called Lion Cousins, and what that is we pair international students with American students for a semester for a year for them to learn about each other's culture. The expectation is they meet a couple of times a month. We try to provide programs, like we did a Halloween party. They went over to Sulphur Springs to the bowling alley to do laser tag, so just kind of to get out and experience some things. We do trips. We usually try to do a few trips each semester where we go to maybe Dallas, or we have an Austin trip coming up, just to kind of get them out of town, help them to really experience the U.S. We do a Dinner in American Home program where we try to pair them up with families in the community for a meal. And we also work very closely with some of our other service offices as well, like the Counseling Center, housing, and different things like that, just to address any problems, any concerns that they may have. So.
If you're just tuning in right now, we're sitting here with John Mark Jones. He is the director of the International Student Services Office. So you mentioned that you had a Halloween party. Are there any other programs, events going on for the international students?
Well, there's some that are going on for the campus. We have International Education Week, which is the week of November 18th through the 22nd. That's coming up.
So in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, yeah. That's where the Department of State sets that week aside to celebrate international education. We're going to do my office with some other student groups and some other departments. We're going to have a Korean night. The Thai Student Association is going to do something. Nepal. We're going to do an international coffee hour out at the Crossroads, and that's going to be a lot of fun. We did it there last year. And we're going to do a language luncheon too with the English Language Institute, where they'll give some basic instruction on different languages. So we have a lot going on that week. So
that is awesome.
And then in the spring, we have the Multicultural Festival, which this past year we moved it from usually we used to do it on Friday. We moved it to a Tuesday evening for a few different reasons, and we had our largest crowd ever. We probably had over 1,000 people there, and so that's going to come up in the spring again, and we'll do it on a Tuesday night again. So yeah.
Okay, so earlier you talked about you help them with immigration services. So after they graduate and they're done with school, there's an arm of that program that reaches out and helps them afterwards?
Yeah, and students in different visa categories can have certain benefits to work in the U.S. after they graduate. For example, most of the international students we have here will be eligible for 12 months of employment in the U.S. And then after that, they either have to start another program or go home. And some students can get an additional 17 months for over 2.5 years, depending on their major. And so all of those benefits have to go through our office. So even when a student graduates, they can still be reporting to our office for up to 2.5 years after they leave here. So.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, I've heard of optional practical training.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. That is that?
That is that, yeah.
All right.
That is where all the students will be eligible for OPT. And that's where they can work in the U.S. in their field of study for 12 months. Some students in certain STEM, science, technology, engineering, math majors can get an additional 17 months.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, that's what that is. So.
Are there any frequently asked questions you get when an international student comes in, or just?
Oh, there's a lot. We're working a lot with our new students right now. The number one question that I'm getting right now from the new students outside the U.S. is scholarships and employment. It's, as I mentioned, international students have to pay the out-of-country rate, which is very significant compared to what in-state would be. And so they're obviously wanting to try to find any help that they can. So they'll email us a lot before they get here about scholarships, on-campus employment, and different things like that. Housing is another question we get from new students. I'm getting a lot of housing questions of, living on campus, living off campus. And my office has been working on this semester, working on developing some online presentations for the students. And eventually we want to have an orientation for them before they get here so that